If your 2005 to 2015 6-lug Tacoma's front end is feeling a bit loose, then this lower control arm kit with new ball joints may just be the cure for what ails it. Featuring new OEM-style bushings and ball joints, this kit is an easy refresh to your truck's front suspension for a fraction of the price of what your dealer would charge. Whether we want to admit it or not, this gen of Tacoma is getting up there in years, with the newest of the bunch being at least 10 years old. And with age and mileage comes suspension wear. It's a fact of life. Bushings are rubber and they wear out over time, and then the front end of your truck starts feeling not so good. But what we have here is basically the easy button solution to that problem. In this kit, you get a pair of lower control arms, one for each side of your truck's front suspension, with brand new OEM style ball joints and bushings already pressed in and ready to go for you. And while it's certainly less expensive to replace just those ball joints and bushings separately, that job is a huge pain to do and it's going to take you far more time. These arms come with everything already installed and ready to go right out of the box, so all you need to do is unbolt your original ones and bolt these right into their place. That's going to tighten up the front end of the truck so it handles and steers just like it did the day it rolled off the assembly line. And these are pretty much just like the ones that came on it when your truck was brand new. So much like those OEM control arms, these are put through the ringer when they're made. Featuring steel construction with a rust-resistant coating, plus all new rubber bushings and OE-style ball joints like we were just talking about, these are a full refresh. They're made in an ISO 9002 certified facility as well, meaning that they have been tested for impact, fatigue, and wear to ensure that they meet strict quality standards and again are going to perform just like your original equipment. Now, pricing for the kit is going to come in at about $275, and while yes, that is a good chunk of change, especially as compared to just buying bushings and ball joints, this is actually one of the most affordable kits out there for these trucks, and the whole thing will cost you less than just one control arm if you were to go and get it from your Toyota dealer. It's a heck of a good deal for the difference that these can make, and while yes, it is again more expensive to go this route than just doing the bushings and ball joints separately, it does make the installation a whole lot more simple. Installation, speaking of, is going to get a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 3 hours to complete, perhaps a little bit more if you've never messed with your truck's suspension previously. This is, however, a fully bolt-on process, so you don't need to modify anything on the truck itself to get these fitted, and they come out of the box as you see them here ready to go. So it makes this job about as easy as it can get. Just a quick note though, since you are messing with suspension components, you are going to want to get a professional alignment once you've got these installed. We're also going to walk you through the installation process step by step right now, so for that, let's head on out to the shop.
For this install, you'll need various impacts, a 19mm wrench, a 12, a 16, a 19, and a 24mm socket, and a ball joint puller. Not shown on this screen is a pole jack. Today we're going to be installing lower control arms on our Tacoma. Let's get into it. First, we're going to remove the skid plate, and to do that, we're going to need a 12mm socket and a impact. You're going to have one here, one here, one here, and one here. This vehicle is currently missing one, but yours will have 4 you have to remove. And once we get these loose, you have little hangers up here that'll stop the skid plate from falling, but you are going to have to support it from the back so it doesn't come back and hit you in the face. So first we're going to be removing the lower strut bolt, and for that you're going to need a 19mm wrench, a 19mm socket, and an impact. So now that the nut's removed and the bolt's completely loose, I'm going to put a little bit of pressure under the lower control arm just so we can slide that bolt out. And to do this, I'm going to be using a pole jack. You can use whatever you want to push up on this so that we can pull that bolt out. And once you have that pulled out, you can go ahead and just have a little bit of pressure under that control arm. You don't have to crank it down because we got the pulled out. Now that we've done that, we're going to go ahead and loosen our lower ball joint nut. And to do that, we're going to need a 24mm socket. But before we put that on there, we have to get rid of this cotter pin. So you're just going to want to bend it back a little bit. Then you can pull it right on out. and we're going to remove this with the 24 millimeter socket and an impact. Now when we're loosening this, we just want to make sure that it's just loose like that, because our next step is we're going to remove these 2 bolts so that we can remove that piece. Now that we've done that, we can go ahead and remove these 2 bolts down there. And to remove that, you're going to need a 19 millimeter socket with an impact. And then we're going to go ahead and remove these bolts holding the control arm in. Now, you will need an alignment after this, and the best advice that I can give you is I would take a picture of how these looked before and match it up the best way you can when you go ahead and install these. And to remove these, we're going to be using a 19 millimeter socket with an impact for this side, and for this side, we're going to use the same 19 millimeter socket and an impact, but we're going to use a 19 millimeter wrench as well. We can go ahead and pull this one all the way out, like that, and then we can work our way over to this one over here. So that we have that out, we can go ahead and pull this one out, and then go ahead and with this last one, you're going to want to make sure you're supporting it so it doesn't come crashing down. Pull it all the way out like that. And then we'll lower our jack. And you'll be good to pull it out, just like that. Next, we're going to transfer this piece to the new control arm, and to take this off, we're going to be using a ball joint puller. Now you can use other options, like you can use a pickle fork, but we don't want to ruin the boot on this one, so we're going to use a ball joint puller. And to do that, I'm going to be using a 16 millimeter socket with an impact. So to get ready, we're going to remove these 2 nuts right here. This is the new control arm, this is the old one. And I'm going to put this ball joint puller on the old control arm so we can pull this bracket right here. And we just transfer this piece over to the new one. That on there so it's safe. Our next step is we're going to be loosely putting in the hardware up here so we can get the control arm hanging a little bit. We're just going to thread them on by hand. So the piece that looks like this goes up here. So we'll lift our control arm up there, like so. Here. So we're going to take this bolt, put it through here. Now I would recommend putting some anti-seize on there. We already had some on ours from when we took it off, but you're just going to want to make sure to put that on there before we put it on the car. Next, you can go ahead and grab this piece and put it on here like this. Put our washer with our nut on the back. Thread that one on there, nice and tight. Put this bolt through here, and then lastly, for the bolts, we can thread this in there like that. And then we're gonna go ahead and install these 2 bolts right here. Again, we're gonna thread them in loosely. So we're gonna pull this up, pull this back so it slides in there like that. We can go ahead and line up our holes. Might have to push down on this a little bit to get it where you need. Once we have those threaded in there, we can go ahead and grab a pole jack or any jack, and we can apply some pressure under this. Now we're going to grab our bolt, our washer, and our nut for the lower shock mount, and we're going to line it up and loosely thread it on. So you might have to lower your control arm just a little bit until we get it lined up. You can put it in, and directly behind the bolt, you're going to want to loosely thread this on. And then we can release our jack and set that aside. Now that we have all the hardware loosely on there, we can go ahead and tighten everything down. So first, I'm going to start with these 2 bolts right here. For that, we're going to use a 19mm socket with an impact. And then we're going to use a 24mm socket on an impact, and we're going to tighten down the ball joint nut. We want to make sure that we line up one of these little cutouts right here with the hole, because once we have that tightened down, we're going to go ahead and grab a cotter pin and we're going to stick it through. And this is the supplied cotter pin that comes with the kit. Put it through. Then you can go ahead and bend that back. You can actually take your 24mm socket and bend it down like that. Now we're going to take a 19mm wrench, a 19mm socket, and an impact, and we're going to tighten down this bolt right here. Now it's time to tighten down this hardware for the lower control arm. You're going to need a 19mm socket, a impact, and a 19mm wrench. Just be mindful of where you had your markings. So mine were about there. You can go ahead and tighten it down. But again, like I said, you will need an alignment after this. So I can go ahead and move to this one and tighten that down. Now that we have our lower control arm installed, we can go ahead and reinstall our lower skid plate. Remember, you're gonna have 4 bolts to install. We only have 3 on this truck. And to install them, you're gonna need a 12mm socket with an impact. Alrighty, that about wraps up this review and install of the front lower control arms with ball joints for a 2005 to 2015 6-lug Tacoma. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all things Tacoma, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.